It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Broncos and the Titans on EA Sports.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And off we go from Nashville. KJ Hamler returning it. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And that's complete. Albert Okuebuna. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First down, Denver.
There we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A give to Williams, running right. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 30-yard line. So So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw went a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort from minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A huge play there for Denver. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Bridgewater. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Third and goal for Bridgewater. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 10.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. Flushed out right. Again, that's Hurst. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Hurst. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Hamler now to return it. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback. And indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Broken tackle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Bridgewater. This is complete to Hawkins. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you sort of notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again to Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up some ground.
But it's a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Tennessee score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. Now, looky there. He's getting close to 1,000. I'm sure he knows where he stands. I bet if the offensive line didn't know, he made sure they knew. I'm closing in, guys. Final week of the season.
You know who really informed the offensive line? The offensive line coach.
Okay.
Because it's a big deal for his unit as well to be able to say, hey, we escorted guys to 1,000 yards or more in a season, just like blocking for a 3,000-yard or 4,000-yard passer. So it's a lot of pride on the line, and his pride is paramount because he wants to be able to join that pantheon of guys that in the NFL ran for 1,000 yards or more in a season.
Pride on the line. I see what you did there.
You like that?
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Bridgewater. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
On first down, it's Williams. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Williams going to get it again on second down. Running right through him. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 43 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. That's complete, Okuebuna. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
First down, Bridgewater. Pass incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Bridge, nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Doug Costin busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of a long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Play action. It's Tannehill. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
Second and 10. Tannehill once more. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And the final number on that throw, boy, it traveled an even 69 yards. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. And quickly, they get to the line.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage.
Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. On 2nd and very short, Tannehill. And this is caught. It's Brown. And out of of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Towards the end zone for Brown. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Hamler now to return it. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Farley. And the Titans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He wants Reynolds way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Titans are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Bridgewater's throw taken in by Sutton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Bridgewater on first down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd and 10, Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Bridgewater. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. So that challenge, a successful one. Bridgewater gives to Williams here on the draw. And he'll go down at the 28. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Bridgewater. Just keeping the play alive. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. He's got it to Williams. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point from McManus is good, and that will cut this lead down to 25. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10, and he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. 119 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On first down, Tannehill. That is taken in by Hurst. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Tannehill able to find Henry out of the backfield. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos are about set to go on offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Williams loses the football. And that might be Titan football. It is.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get your reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete, right around the 8. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Gonzalez now to have the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Bridgewater's throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Doug Costin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Flushed out right. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.